I had been thinking about making a brewery for a very long time. It's been maybe 20 years since I brewed my first beer. It was just one of those things that kept being fun, and I kept wanting to get better at it or learn more. I was just hooked on it. About 10 years ago, I got a little bit more serious about it, and I put together a business plan. Fast forward 6 or 7 years and a couple of jobs. I had switched jobs, and the first day on that job was the day that the world shut down because of COVID. And I turned 40, had this business plan that was sitting on the shelf kind of barking at me every now and then, and I thought, I gotta either do it or like burn that thing.
Alice, let's leave that. Yes, Alice. You didn't even care. Like how much? Super Pup is getting this.
I was pretty unhappy in my engineering career. It took a long time to realize that. I think Margaret knew it before I knew it. And I think it rubbed off on my family.
You are only alive once, and I'm not saying it's just money, because you have to be able to make it work. But if there's a specific thing that you want to do, if you can responsibly do it, try to do it.
I'm gonna go get for the change of clothes that's this way. Okay, let's make sure you put the beer then. No?
We can go to
Dad, did it start yet?
Tom and I met in the pandemic. Both our kids went to the same nursery school. We quickly found ourselves sharing playground time, and we started sharing our desire to leave our corporate jobs, and found ourselves chatting at picnic tables about the opportunities in front of us.
And he had more of a kind of consulting and business background. So together we dusted off the business plan and refined it.
Tom's original business plan was a great start for us. It had all the basic components that we needed.
The vision was always to build something more than just beer. It was always to build kind of an experience and a piece of the community that people could really latch onto. We live in Arlington, and we wanted a place around here to go, and just weren't finding it, didn't have it. There was something missing, and there was an opportunity to fill it in a way that could bring joy to people's lives, but also could be a successful business. I went to school for engineering, and I have 2 degrees in mechanical engineering, and I spent the majority of my career in robotics.
We both left our jobs because we really decided together that we really needed to do different things in our lives. Once we'd made the move and left our corporate jobs, we figured out our own strengths and weaknesses by brewing beer in Tom's backyard.
My number one job was to turn myself into a competent professional brewer. So from day one, I made a commitment to brew twice a week.
He started off, making beer like in a turkey fryer, and he had it on a little cart that he wheeled in and out of the garage, and that's not something you can do 12 months a year, in New England. I tell you, it was lovely to go from a dirty, dusty, 110, 115-year-old basement floor to this like nice, smooth thing that, you can walk down barefoot and change the laundry.
We eventually started actually doing some recipe development. Part of that process was almost like dating. We had to get to know each other. We had to figure out how well our skills fit together.
We needed a place for all that beer to go, so we would just have friends over and we would give them free beer. Like every other Thursday, we would have people in the basement, just friends. People liked the beer, people told their friends they liked the beer, then their friends became my friends because they came over and hung out, and it slowly grew that way.
My kids and Tom's kids were playing, and Tom and I got to talking, and Tom said to me, "Hey, would you like to come to my basement and try some beer?" And I said, "Okay, practically a stranger, I'd love to come to your basement." You go through what we call the Hobbit door, a really short little 3-foot tall door. I am 6 feet tall. So you bend way down and then you get into the basement and you pick yourself back up, and it is the cleanest, nicest basement that I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's chatting. It's really community and joyful, and it was just super special.
They knew what they wanted to do. They had kind of a vision for their business. Setting up an LLC, especially with like 2 partners where they're 50-50, it takes a little bit of time for them to figure out, how they want to manage it, because 50-50, if there's an issue, you're deadlocked, right? You have to really think about, okay, everyone starts off with, we're going to be best friends forever. This is going to be great. There's never going to be an issue. But then, as I told them, you have to have a plan, because sometimes someone gets sick, someone leaves, someone moves, someone decides, I just don't want to do this anymore.
Something that comes and goes is just the level of stress and anxiety and burden that it places on him. It's always hard. I don't care what you do, it can be hard to turn work off.
My kids are super proud of me right now.
They think a brewery in the basement is totally normal. Alice, our younger daughter, she just finished kindergarten, and she has said, maybe I'll work with you, Daddy. Let's go work for the family business.
Margaret is very supportive. Couldn't do it without her. One of the things that she said at the very beginning was that it was important for her that we show our kids it's okay to take a risk.
You have hopes for a location. You have a vision, you have a dream. You put your heart into it, and then it falls through. And then you do it again, and then it falls through. And I don't have the stomach for it. I don't have an entrepreneurial bone in my body.